Next, the Bears are set to take on the Bucs as Chicago looks for win number 6 in their last 8 against Tampa. It's a Week 7 clash in the NFC, and it's coming your way next.
This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Fields. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
I can't believe they even let you play.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week: 18 carries, 113 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
First down, Tampa's Brady hooks up with Howard.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here's big. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. Succop's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw, Fields. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there, nearly an opening drive, INT.
An incomplete pass on 1st down, that leads to a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive.
They are coming off the game last week, which a very interesting game in Charles. Ultimately, it ended in a tie.
And that's difficult on teams because, let's face it, Brandon, they just don't know how to react. I mean, who does? Did you win? No. Did you lose? No. Because when you win, you jump up and down. Life's good. When you lose, you set your face in that stone look so that you show that you weren't hurt. I think it's one of those things that at the end of the year you find out just how you're supposed to feel about that tie. Did it help you or hurt you in the standings? Then you'll know what you really should have felt that game.
From the 22, Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Gronk's first catch, good for a 1st down.
Well, there it is, partner. Brady to Gronk, their first connection of the game.
You think those two often in sync?
I don't think there's any question about it. And look, we know Gronk has a whole lot of fun, but he's deadly serious about his football, as is Tom Brady. 2 great competitors, 2 fantastic players.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there. But they do convert on fourth. On play action, now Brady. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. A handoff, Fournette running left. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Brady now on first down. Got a man complete to Miller. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Fournette. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Fournette again. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehair. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result could be something you don't like.
40 yards on the ground for him so far.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now a play fake. Brady dumps it off to Fournette. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette,
his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes our score 17-0. So that drive for 4 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
The return man is Grant.
The Bears offense ready to get going again.
And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on second down.
Fields.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended the run. Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he finds Gronk. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
On second down, here's Fournette. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
2nd and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 24 yards to gain there. Another 1st down as well. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Brady. Man open, here is Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Buccaneers continue to pull away here in this first half. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Ndamukong Suh able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. We have hit halftime.
halftime. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking. But
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry. I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Brady to throw.
He'll let one go deep for Howard.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Bradley Pena now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bears take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Fields. Being chased out left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Play action. It's Fields.
This one complete to Devin Funchess. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. And Graham's got it. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Ndamukong Suh picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They begin with a run by Fournette. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
We got this.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebacker.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On play action, it's Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, Brady. And he slings one that's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And looking again for Gronkowski. He's got him this time. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
This is caught by Evans. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Grant sets to return it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Fields on first down. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
On second and inches, Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Fields on third down. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Fields. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Throwing again is Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. A first down and then some for Montgomery. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
7 yards, the pickup there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Fields now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This is caught. Touchdown, Bears! Cole Kmet, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is. I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Buccaneers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4... between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. The return man is Graham. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Fields. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. He finds Robinson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Fields throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. Devin Funchess. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow. Brady going to throw here. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. And a catch right side by Evans. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. 30, 10, 5, touchdown. Chicago.
Boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Brady going to look to throw. Flush to his right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. Touchdown! Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw pulled in by Robinson here.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
On first down, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tampa Bay, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.